Let's go with what's a time viewer. I could tell you, but wouldn't you rather find out by yourself? Would you not rather live the thrills of unraveling this mystery on your own? No thanks, I'm the kind of guy that always spoils the ending for himself before finishing a book. Fair enough. You see, Barry, a time weaver is a person with natural talent for manipulating time. They're immune to all time-affecting spells. They can freeze time, slow down time, even reverse it with enough practice. They also have a gift for seeing into the future, although it's more blurred visions than anything else. Time weavers are extremely rare and are said to only appear at the dawn of a new age. They usually lead normal lives until their powers suddenly awaken. The last known appearance of a time weaver occurred some 600 years ago. For a moment it seems like time was starting to resume its course again. I could hear Darren shouting, the dragon's roar, the wind blowing in my ear. I could see the grass starting to move. Then everything froze back again as if nothing had happened. Time is running out, Barry, Aiden says. The time freezing spell won't last much longer. He snaps his finger and my stat device flies out of my hand into his. The device then suddenly starts glowing. It looks like it's accumulating a massive amount of energy in a very short amount of time. Hey, I realize that this must be all very confusing for you, Barry. So I'm going to provide you with a little context. The beast that just attacked you is Tyrath, the self-proclaimed king of all dragons. The reason he's looking for me is because I wrote a message in the stars. In the stars? Wait, you mean on the moon, right? I mean, even that is insane, but how the fuck would you write a message on the stars? Last night in an ancient language used primarily by dragon hunters. I'm guessing he means by sky, stars as in the sky. He wrote a message in the clouds or something. The message purpose was to let all dragon hunters who entered this contest know that a dragon exists on this island, to give them all a little extra incentive to hunt him down. I very much doubt that any of them will pose a realistic threat to him, but it will be fun to watch. He finished charging up my stat device, then hands it back to me. As I hold it in my hand, I feel a powerful surge of magical energy run through me and flow through all of my body. I believe your ultimate goal was to win this tournament and become a mage, was it not, was it not? Well, Barry, I'm now giving you a taste of that power. For about 5 minutes, you will have magical powers comparable to mine. More than enough to drive off the dragon, I wager. All of the information you need in order to use your powers would have been transferred into your device by into your mind by the stat device. I'm looking forward to watching your battle. Actually, I'm not gonna reload. Fuck this. This is way better than anything else that the other one would have been, and we pretty much got all the information we needed. I'm looking forward to watching your battle. Aiden then starts to fade into thin air when only his outline is visible anymore. He says, "Oh, and I'd recommend starting with a magical berry. Your friends don't seem to be doing very well." So, do I have infinite? No, I don't. It's just a thing that will happen. Okay, as Aiden completely vanishes, time is slowly starting to resume its course. I take the Stillwater's advice, quickly conjure a protective barrier around Kate and Darren. It's amazing how natural this is. This feeling. It's as if I've been casting spells my entire life. Is this really the true power of my stat device? Just as I finish casting my spell, time unfreezes itself. The dragon fire hits my barrier, magical barrier head-on. The flames then disperse into the air. While Kate looks around her, shocked by the discovery of the newly formed barrier protecting her. Darren, did you? No, it wasn't me. This barrier is league stronger than anything I could have ever conjured. I don't know who did this. You, the dragon Tyrath shouts from high above in the sky while pointing at me. You did this. It does not matter. All you have managed to achieve is to make yourself my next target. Prepare to die. I conjure another protective barrier around me and Rose just in time to defend us from incoming flames. So my barrier is holding up much better than Darren's. There's a sign of it breaking anytime soon, and I'm barely even feeling the heat outside of it. The question, I'm getting fucking excited because of this sequence. The question is, what am I going to do now? Looking at my device, I see that my stats remain exactly the same. I have no extra points available. So what did Aiden do to it? I'll need to figure this out later. At any rate, judging by the amount of extra energy I can sense in the stat device and the speed at which it's getting consumed, I'd say that the estimate Aiden gave me is spot on. I have less than 5 minutes to finish the fight, but even with all this magical power, the dragon may well pulverize me in one-on-one fight if I don't do this right. Both Darren and Kate are too exhausted to assist me, so I'm on my own for the time being, even as I'm standing here thinking time is running out. But can I afford to just start fighting without any plan whatsoever? No, I think I'll improvise. I don't think we have the time to be planning while it's attacking us and draining our magical power. No, I think I'll improvise. Having all these power means nothing if I just sit here and let them go to waste. I'm going to have to improvise. First things first, I need to get out of this barrier before without getting burned to crisp. I cast a spell to... how do you even know a spell? I guess that he did say all the shit is gone into our head or whatever. I cast a spell to protect myself from fire, then a spell that enables flight. I fly out of the barrier right through the scorching flames. It feels as if you know what, actually I'm gonna go back and read the other thing, because now I'm very concerned as to what the fuck that was. I'll be actually, you know what? Should I finish this or should I just go back? Because I do want to know a little bit more about this stat device. I'm gonna go back in a while. Oh, here we are. So what's so special about this device stat? What's about being a stat device wielder? It's more special than you think. You are one of the rare cases that utilize this device to its full potential. Not many can boast such a feat. Allow me to demonstrate. Yeah, this is the same thing after that. Alright. Alright, here we are again. I guess a spell to protect myself from fire, then a spell that enables flight. I fly out of the barrier right through the scorching flames. It feels as if I were in an oven, but at least I'm not getting any visible burn. Dragon sees me fly through his fire, lets out an immediate roar. Position myself at the same level of height as him, a few dozen feet from where he's hovering. I stop in midair. Let's try acid first. I make a ball of acid and send it flying towards the dragon. What is his name? Tyrath? Tyrath clasps wings together, which generates a strong gust of wind, splatters the acid, sends me spinning backwards. This disorients me a bit, so it took me a few seconds to figure out where the dragon was. Once I locate him, I send a powerful jet of water in his direction. Dragon gets pushed back by the force of the impact, but aside from that, it does not look like it does any damage. Observation level 4! Holy shit! I noticed that there's something off about the way the sun is shining on the dragon's scale. It's as if the light is coming from the wrong direction. Could it be that the dragon I'm looking at is an illusion? If that's the case, then where's the dragon? Ooh, so I did get some benefit from putting the stats up. I can cast a spell on myself that allows me to see through illusions. Sure enough, the dragon in front of me disappears as soon as I cast the spell. See the real terror is closing in on me from the right. I mimic his earlier move and clap my hands, which creates an incredible strong blast of air in front of me, send the dragon back about 50 feet. I didn't know. I don't know how you were able to see through my illusion, human, but I'm not going to take it easy on you anymore. By finishing his phrase, the dragon immediately appears in front of me and swings one of his claws at my chest. It was all I could do to teleport out of harm's way in time with a short-range spell suited for combat. When the dragon send the next few seconds teleporting one after the other and trying to take each other by surprise, is getting me nowhere. I unleash a powerful explosion of fire all around me, which pushes the dragon back a few feet, but it doesn't harm him in the slightest. That's right, the legends always said that the dragons are immune to flames as well as mind-affecting spells and illusions. Damn it, there's so many big spells I could cast right now, but almost all of them would endanger Kate, Darren, Rose, even myself. I'd have to get back to the others and cast some protection spells before shooting tornadoes out of my fingertips. If I do it now, I might still have time to finish this fight before 5 minutes are up. Nah. Let's start fighting with bigger spells. I do feel like this might be death, but I don't care, because I feel like, especially in medieval fantasy, sometimes even the smaller spells could do the trick, but this threat is too big, and it's a known threat as well. So I don't know what spells would it attack. It's basically the fight with the Thogian mass that we fought, the Thogian godling, and especially like we didn't know what it was, so we actually had to try multiple spells, which ended up costing us way too much life. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go start clapping with bigger spells. Might be death, but whatever. I'm just wasting time like this. There's no point in having all this power if I don't use it to full extent. I teleport next to Kate, Darren, and conjure a strong barrier around them. Rose, in order to stop the dragon from coming in. Barrier, what happened? Darren asked me. This power radiating from you, it's insane. I'll explain later. I don't have much time. I'll need to concentrate as much as possible as casting the protection spell. I finish casting the spells on the three of us. I do the same for Rose, and I fly out of the barrier to face the dragon again. Finally, I can go all out now. I raise my hand in the air, feel all my magical power flow through me. This is what I've been This is what I've wanted. This is what I've been looking for for all of my life. I'm not going to let one single dragon stand in my way. I started by creating a tornado. The wind around me is now so strong that it's literally bringing chunks of rock from the ground and making them fly around me, clashing with the trees that are getting uprooted one by one. It's almost like a scenario from a horror book. The dragon is struggling to keep himself airborne, while my protection from wind are allowing me to fly through the current with ease. Next, I use earth magic to animate a giant made out of rock. The ground trembles violently. I mean, that would be good if you can get him to go down a little bit. We can essentially like grapple him on the ground with the fucking giants or whatever. The dragon is struggling to keep himself airborne, while my protection from wind are allowing me to fly through the currents with ease. Next, I use my earth magic to animate a giant out of the rock. The ground trembles violently as an enormous rock golem rises from it slowly, making it seem like it has been simply sleeping all this time. Once it gets up, I can see that the giant measures at an impressive 200 feet. Once it spots the dragon, it uses its huge hands to crush him between them. Tyrant lets out a deafening roar. A roar is so powerful that it creates an explosion of air around him. It actually shatters the giant's hand, setting the dragon free. That was so loud that I had to use a spell to avoid losing my consciousness. I can only hope that Darren and the others have access to sonic protection as well. Even though he managed to get out, it's clear that Tyrant has taken a lot of damage from my last attack. He's now breathing fire hotter than ever before, engulfing my rock giant in flames and turning him into molten lava. Try all you want, little dragon, but you won't escape my grasp. Nothing has stopped me now. Really? You're getting cocky now. Dozens of volcanoes starting to erupt from the earth below us. As I use even more magical power, there's time to call upon a rain of acid. The dragon screams as the acid burns through his wing. He starts to desperately shoot fire everywhere above him in order to burn all the acid before it reaches him. I teleport next to him and point my palm towards him, blowing him away with a sudden explosion of air that stuns him for a few seconds. Since I've interrupted him from burning the drops of acid, the rain is now once more pouring on him. The dragon is now screaming in pain. It's over. He's no match for me. I think the time is about to run out. He's no match for me. The time I have left will be more than enough to finish him off for good. I think you should back out. I think he's gonna step in. A defeated Tyrath, I think. Suddenly the whole area gets covered in a blue light. I'm starting to feel an immense magical power coming from the air all around us. What's happening? Tyrant was trying to hold back the pain. Has it been so long you've forgotten, old friend? I hear Tyrant's... I think you know what, this is the confusing part. I mean, he was getting cocky, our character was getting cocky. But here's the thing, should he have tried to kill Tyrath, or should he have tried to grab his friends and run away? Because I feel like if they don't kill the Tyrath, because it's just going to be fucked. He's gonna keep chasing. Let's see. Has it been so long you've forgotten an old friend? I hear Aiden's voice coming from the left. I turn around to see the still water floating in the air next to, and has a usual smile on his face. Aiden, the dragon says, just before these traps haven't been activated in more than a millennium does not mean that they're out of function. Aiden continues. The Vasethi of old were anything but shoddy craftsmen. This trap was just a bit out of tune, that's all. Luckily, your continuous use of flames and Barry's volcanoes were just enough to warm it up. As the two of them speak, the ground is shaking violently. The blue light is intensifying. You'll pay for this, both of you. I will not rest until I hunt you down. Nowhere in this continent will you be safe from me ever again. Do you hear me? I will hunt you down. Wipe that smile off your face, you lowborn little. All of the magic in the air gets unleashed in a single moment. Dragon gets teleported away. As the blue light disappears, the earthquake slowly stops. The energy from my device is gone. I could sense it disappear the moment the dragon was teleported away. Aiden turns back to me. Well done, Barry. You have far exceeded my expectations. What is Lasethi? Did he say Lasethi? I don't remember him saying Lasethi. Did he? The Lasethi of old were anything but shoddy craftsmen. What just happened? Who are the Lasethi? The Lasethi are the most ancient race. I mean, he is someone who, he is someone who, what is it called? Fuck. He is someone who does not stop from giving exposition. So that's why I always ask him questions like these. Lasethi is the most ancient race on this continent, although the name is a bit hard to remember, so most people prefer to call them simply the Ancients. Their talent at crafting magic artifacts and devices was unmatched 1,000 years ago, and we still use many of those artifacts to this day. The trap just got triggered, who was made by them some 2,000 years ago. It was supposed to get activated at the first sign of flames, but because it's been at least 1,000 years since its last use, its mechanism was a little rusty. That's why it needed to warm up a bit first. The discharge of energy from the trap must have surely fried your stat device, but don't worry, it will recover in a few minutes with all your previous stats. What did the trap do to the dragon? I transported him to a dragon prison on the island. Since I doubt there's anyone actually guarding it at this point, I imagine that he won't have much trouble escaping. But even so, he'll still have to destroy the prison's automatic defenses, and he'll have to travel all the way back here. So it should at least be a few days before he comes back. Aiden shouts, Darren. Oh, for fuck's sake, stop! I need to stop Darren from talking. Seriously, Aiden shouts Darren, says he comes closer to us. What are you doing here? Wait, I don't understand. Isn't he your friend? Rose asks. That's what I thought, but it seems I was mistaken. Darren says. Feigning sadness, he then turns to leave. No, wait, don't go, Rose calls to him. I'm sure Darren didn't mean what he said. I thank you for your kindness, Rose, but I can tell when I'm not wanted. I bid you farewell. And then starts to fade away and teleport out of sight. Or did he? After seeing how well he could mask his presence before, I'm starting to wonder. It's a bit creepy knowing that he could just be standing there, invisible and untraceable, listening to everything we say. We really need to find some way to detect these kind of things. Darren, how could you do this to your friend? That is horrible, Rose says. Yeah, Darren, you should be ashamed of yourself. Calm down, Rose. It's not as simple as that.